warm things up to you yesterday. But we're going to keep it going today. We're just here. It really feels like we're just here. It was October of last year. And then we're back. Now, how many people have never been to a supernatural convention before? All right. You're in for a treat. We don't do it like the other conventions. And a supernatural convention. It's a rock show. It's a rock show, it's a talk show. It's one big happy family, just mingling, getting to know each other, meeting, greeting. And today, this very day, Mr. Collins will be here. Going to be landed, and you may not know, these two young fellas, Jerry Haverlight and Judson Apples. Well, they're going to be here. For now, please give it up for the hardest working people this weekend. My band, Love and Swing. High since he landed. Rob On the drums. Couldn't get much higher than Steve Norton. Ladies and gentlemen, the highest of all, my name is Rob Benedict. We're going to have a blast. Yes, indeed. Would it be possible to get the house lights on? I can't see anybody. I'm trying to see it. Wow, yeah, this is good. Anyway. All right, we're gonna get the show started because our first guest is very patient. So I'm gonna go make sure he's okay, and then we'll get started. So hold on a second. Get the first guest. Get that first guest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rob Benedict.
How was your flight?
It was great. Got in last night. How you doing today, Robbie? It was great. It was great.
What was you doing last night?
I went out to dinner with you. Yeah. Who was there? All of you guys? Yeah. Wow, I don't remember any of that. Really? You had fun. You were about a bottle in. Okay, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Loudest way. I realized my shirt was unbuttoned for the loud and swing pictures. They're right around my belly. So I apologize to anyone who just took a loud and swing pictures. But you're welcome. How was yesterday? Good. I always feel bad listening. Like the party's happening and I'm not there. Like we got FOMO.
Yeah, I did. Definitely missed
I know. Thanks, I feel worse.
We missed you.
I missed you too. Okay. Do you have any questions? Hi.
So, the band just left, but the new album, any, I don't know, hints at what we can expect? Is it different than the last stuff? Is it more similar to the last stuff?
Well, so we have this new album coming out in November, and super excited about it. It's different than the last stuff because the last album was really created over lockdown. So we really worked together for a lot of it. And so we kind of had to cobble it together remotely. And this album, we were able to get back together, and we were writing in the room, and we all had a lot of material because we came out of lockdown, and we all had written songs. So there's an energy to this album, I think, that we haven't had in a while. I'm more excited about this album than I've been about one of our albums in a while. It's just, all the songs are really good and fresh. There's a little more energy, a little more rock. Borja's on the keys in a lot of songs. And, everybody just really brought their A game. And Billy's guitar solos are top notch as always, but even better. And so you're gonna like it, I hope. Yeah. So we just got the artwork, it's all done, everything's all done. I can't wait to see even the album covers. It's really amazing. So, it's gonna be good. Hi.
Hi Rob, I'm Jess. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good. You have made my Mondays very, very fun. I love the podcast so much.
Yeah!
I made a request for some merch.
Yes.
I want to have a shirt that says something like, I was given 2 full beards by Rob Benedict.
Oh, that's good.
And if you do that, I promise I will order first because I listen first thing in the morning.
That's amazing. Okay, that's a good request. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. And there's another, that's something we talked about on the one that's going to be out this Monday that I can't say because it's not out yet, but that'll be a t-shirt for sure. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, she's talking about, so Richard Spade and I host this podcast called Supernatural Then and Now, and it's a supernatural. Oh, you heard that? Okay. Yeah, it's a rewatch podcast. I'm watching the show for the first time, and it's awesome. I mean, for real. I'm in a fangirl over Sam Ferris because I'm in season 2. She's all over it, and it's great. It's so good, and it's I've never seen any of this before, so it's really something. It's really good, and it's just getting better and better. I'm in the middle of season 2. It's like you watch an episode, like that's maybe my favorite episode so far. And the next episode, like that's my favorite episode. It's so good. And the boys are so young. And we're about to get to Richard, so that'll be fun. To have him on the show and interview him. It's great. Hi, look at you. Hi.
So I just wanted to ask, so I know you're not like fully in the show, like you don't know everything yet because you haven't watched. But out of what you have, other than yourself, what is your favorite supernatural character?
So far, like in what I've seen so far, or like what I know because I've through 15 seasons.
You choose.
Me choose. Okay, I'll say from like what I've seen so far, as if I don't know what's coming, as if I'm not God. Because I know who God is. Let's see. I mean, my favorite. My favorite what?
Jack's God now.
Jack is gone now.
Okay, listen. I thought we covered this. Yeah, he is. He's God. I mean, there's a theory that I'm still God, but whatever. The theory that somebody started.
Check one.
Someone's been saying that maybe God is still God, but yeah, no, Jack's God. Jack's God, yeah, sure, okay. It hurts anyway, it just hurts. My favorite character that I've seen so far, well, I mean, Sam and Dean. I mean, I love Dean's comedy. I love that Dean, it reminds me of like Han Solo. He's got that sort of bad boy, badass, but also like funny. And Sam is I mean, I'm a little brother, so like Sam's such a little brother, even though he's a very, 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 very tall brother. You feel bad for him, and he's got so much on his plate right now, and he's got something special about him, and they're still trying to figure that out. So my heart breaks for Sam for some reason, I love those brothers. I love their relationship with each other. But if I had to go like outside of them, one of my like favorite guest stars or whatever. Well, my dad is pretty badass. He's really cool. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yeah, and he's great. And Chad Lindbergh is super funny. Their mullet and everything. He's good. I like I like the Scarecrows were my favorite episodes. That was really freaky. But yeah, we just watched, we haven't the podcast hasn't come out yet, but we just watched like 10, 11, 12, season 2 episodes 10, 11, 12, or like on fire, they're so good. Anyway, yeah, very good. Oh, Gabe Tigerman's character is really good. Yeah, we want to have him on about it. And I really love this character. And that's the thing, is like, with the guest stars, you can see why Gabe, who I think did 2 episodes, like why he's at these conventions, why you love him so much. The guest stars, like I just told my daughter the other day that I did 20 episodes of Supernatural, which in Supernatural world is a lot of episodes. But in the other show, 326 episodes, and I just did 20. It's really not a lot. My daughter was like, what? I thought you were like on that show. When you're watching a show like this, we'll really just have 2, at this point, 2 people, when Misha comes 3, but these guest stars come on and get these performances, and you're like, really fall in love with them. You know what I mean? And you can see why, like Tigerman and Chad, Sam Ferris, like why a lot of these people come to all the conventions, because you really have an affection for them. So anyway, I've gone way off track. I hope we answered the question.
It's okay.
Keep it right on track.
Hey.
Hi.
I don't mean to get intense when I ask this, but
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
What is your most rational or irrational fear?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess that that someone's gonna like break into my house in the middle of the night and like fuck with me for no reason. That's the scariest kind of like horror movie to me. It's like people that just want to do bad shit to other people for no reason, you know, like strangers, you know, it's terrifying to me. Yeah, that's, when I was a kid it was the dark, I was super scared of the dark. Now I can handle the dark, and I feel really good about that. I walk into the house at night like, what do you mean? Dark, okay. It's dark. Don't eat something. It's dark. That's great. But I still am scared, I'm still like, I check all the doors and the windows. I have the air conditioning on all the time because I don't want to sleep with the window open. And the doors, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I do kind of, I'm afraid of people. Yeah, and I get weird. I used to get weird sometimes in like public places because like strangers, people I didn't know. Like, it's when I started acting and people started recognizing me in things, it gets you paranoid because you walk into a place and you don't know if people know who you are or not. Once in a while they do. Most of the times they don't. But once in a while they do. And so you go to the grocery store and you're like self-conscious. You feel like you're being watched or whatever. So I guess that's sort of, you know, I'm better at now. I'm better with all that stuff now. But I still have this sort of fear of like someone wanting to come get me. Yeah, that's it. I think that's my worst fear is that. And it feels weird to say that does happen. But yeah, for the most part, people are nice. I feel comfortable with all of you guys always. Yeah.
She said you shouldn't.
Yeah, especially after season 15.
Yeah.
I don't agree that wholeheartedly. And you know, it's hard because I live in Los Angeles, so it's like you do have your always have your wits about you walking down the street, and you know, it's a city you live in, and it kind of sucks because like I grew up in the Midwest where it really wasn't a big deal. But every time we go to like St. Louis, like the big city, and like I was always like, that's where I first started sort of being scared of strangers. But walking around Columbia, Missouri, it was like whatever, I knew everybody and I feel comfortable, you know. And whenever I travel, like in LA, you know, when I travel, people are like I walk into a store or even leaving the parking lot at the airport, and the guy's like, hey, have a nice day. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is why are you so friendly? What do you want? And that's too bad. I really developed that just living in the city a little bit. You know, New Yorkers are that way, which I love. Anyway, I gotta be better. Like Richard Spade is really good at like everywhere he goes, people are like, hey Rich, he's like, hey John, say hi to your wife. You know, I call him the mayor of Silver Lake. It's the neighborhood we both live in. And I've been going to the same dry cleaners for years, and they don't know me, and I don't know them. And that's because I come in like that. Okay. And it's just like, Barbara, he's so good, right? He's such a politician that way.
Yes.
And I'm just a bundle of nerves. Anyway, it's something that I need to get better at. I need to conquer that fear. I need to get better, so I'm glad you brought that up. Hi, sorry I cussed that second ago. That was my bad.
If you chose 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be?
Nervous? Funny. And thank you, but no, that and little. Yeah, I'm always like 5'7", but I was always the smallest in my class, so I always thought of myself as little. How old are you?
11.
How tall are you?
Like 4.9.
You're gonna be taller than me. Come back and see me in like 4 years. I bet you're like taller than me. I hope you are. Hey, thanks for your question, buddy. What's your name? Ellen, where are you from? What? Wow. You flew all the way here? That's cool. You fans of the show?
Yeah.
You watch it with your parents? Cool. That's fun to do. It's kind of scary, kind of a scary show. Not really. You're brave. You're more brave than me. Well, nice to talk to you, Kellen. Hope you have a fun weekend. Okay. Bye. Kellen. Is that your mom and dad? Is that mom and dad, Kellen?
It's just mom.
Just mom. Hi, mom. Yeah. So I always thought myself was pretty little. My children are taller than me. That's fun. It's hard to tell them what to do. Like, listen. Hi.
Hi. My question is, what are your thoughts on the Winchester prequel, and would you watch it?
Hell yeah, I'll watch it. I think it's awesome. I always love the idea of prequels. Like you establish a show, you're familiar with the characters, and then like you take, well, I love Better Call Saul, and then you can, and then they'll start dropping little like Easter eggs that if you watch Supernatural, you'll get, and I think, and it almost rearranges the story. You go, oh wow. I'm excited to learn more about mom and dad and like what made them them, and find out some things that might change what we thought about Sam Dean's history. Yeah, I'm excited when it gets to the point that it can start to maybe have a few characters from Supernatural in the show, like say God. That might be fun. If we can get that guy. Back in the time when he still was God. Free out the book, Alex. Alex wasn't even born yet. I'm excited. Really excited. Richard's going to direct one. But yeah, there really are only a few characters that you could bring back, and I think I might be one of them. Or I think cast a younger me. And maybe Chuck doesn't really age. Maybe he's always like that. I don't know. Who am I? I have nothing to do with that. But, it's very selfish. Are you gonna watch it? If I'm in it. I'll definitely watch it. Definitely watch it. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been listening to the podcast and I've been loving it. I've been rewatching each episode after each podcast and be like, oh yeah, I missed that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's been great. So my question is, since you've been rewatching it, has there been a plot point or a specific thing that has really stuck out and been like, oh my, like just kind of.
I wasn't aware of the extent of Sam's abilities. I didn't know about Sam being able to see things before they happened. And that kind of thing. I didn't know anything about like when Dad dies and whispers in Dean's ear that he needs to kill Sam if Sam goes to Dad or whatever. I didn't know any of that stuff. Like when I came on the show, Sam was dealing with stuff. He had visions but it was more about Sam. Like having visions that had gone bad to the dark side a little bit. But yeah, I just wasn't aware of the extent of that. And there were other people in the world with that same ability. I didn't know anything about that plot line. Yeah.
That was really cool, this plot point from this early series.
Yeah. And then, don't tell me, but at some point, do we find out like why exactly Mom burned on the ceiling?
Yes.
Good, because I'm
Yes.
eager to know that, and the girlfriend burning on the ceiling. Why? Does that have to do with the yellow-eyed demon?
It's all
Yeah.
about yellow eyes and that's all I'll say.
Okay, don't. We haven't really gotten to him yet. No. Okay, no spoilers, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. But that stuff. I didn't know the extent of that, and just how much they fight. Right? There would be like 4 episodes in a row where like Dean is just in a room. And in the episodes where they do no fight, then they split up, and like Sam goes and does his own thing. It's not always. Because again, I was aware of that later. I didn't know so early.
To be honest, I think that made it more believable because they are siblings, and they've been together so long that it would be logical that they would have those spats and split up.
Totally, and that coming into it, Dean had led sort of a hunter life, but Sam was in college and had, shunned the family really, and so that makes for great drama.
Dad's on a hunting trip.
Yeah,
That's from a few days.
Exactly. Yeah, I've said this a lot before, but it's really fun to see lines like that, and like, this is, hunting people, killing things, or whatever. Hunting.
Saving people.
Saving people, hunting things.
It's a different.
Like that. Family business. Family business. That's great. That's where that's from. And seeing Dean say that, you're going to start a beer company.
If you were destroyed by the Winchester, what plots do you think you'd be up to next?
So I'm still God?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would have, let's say I did like wipe everybody out. I think I would have gotten really bored. And I think I would have started a new universe and brought everybody back again. Because like Sam and Dean were my favorites, and I really had fun playing with them. So I would have gotten bored, and I think I would have brought them back, and all your favorite characters from Supernatural come back. Because it's my favorite show. As God, I think I'm going to one huge tantrum, and I think maybe I just need to eat. And then my kids are going to go so maybe I'm just angry, and so I eat.
Eat a Snickers?
A big, huge, godly Snickers. And then I'm like, you know what? I miss them. And I bring everybody back, and things are just fun again. And they do their hunting and their killing, and I'm just happy again.
For
That's my
another,
wish.
like what, another 20 years and then you slice them up again?
Maybe.
You add a sister?
What's that?
Add a sister.
My sister?
Add a sister. Add a sister.
Oh, add a sister? Yes, I'll add a sister. I'll add a sister.
I volunteer.
Great, we got a sister. Sister Winchester. Yeah, sister. Yeah, whatever you want. I'll listen, I'll hear your prayers. Anything you want. Just let me sleep down. Yeah. Well, somebody had a theory that at the end of this, it would have been fun at the end of the show, like they all wave goodbye on the bridge or whatever, and then like the book shuts, and it's still me, like still wrote the whole thing. Wrote the whole thing. That didn't happen. Anyway, yeah, thanks for that question.
Welcome to Denver.
Thank you so much.
So you signed up for the show, you were not God, and at some point they let you know you were going to be God. Did you have any sign off on that, considering the word G-O-D, right? And then what was that process like to work through to be comfortable with that?
Yeah, thankfully I had a while to sort of think about it, because I found out at the end of season 5, the Swan Song was the episode. And, Chuck narrates the episode, at the end of it, he kind of vanishes, and when I got up to Vancouver to shoot the episode, like, someone in the crew was like, "So your guy, how's that feel?" And I was like, "Is that what this means? Really? And then Eric Kripke called me and was like, "So you're God?" And I was like, "Oh, wow." And he's like, "Yeah, don't get too excited because I'm probably not going to have you back on the show." I was like, "Oh, this has turned into the worst phone call ever." And he said, because I just can't have God coming and saving the day all the time. And also, Eric left the show, and I think that I was modeled after him. He's the creator of that show, and as creator of the show, it's like the God-like character. And I was the writer that, became God. Or that it was revealed that I was God. And he didn't have much of a plan after 5 years on the show. So he left the show. And then, lo and behold, it went on for many, many more years. So it just so happened that, like, 5 years later, they were able to sort of fit me back in, and the plot kind of came around that it would make sense for God to be there with Amara and everything. So, then I was, I had a kind of a cameo in the 200th episode, and then I came back and kind of came out of the closet as God in season 11, and in more ways than one, really, was, he said that they then had women. That was really cool. Anyway, so by that point, I thought about it a lot, and a lot of time had gone by. But yeah, that was a challenge. It was a challenge to sort of weave in, keep it the same guy, but weave in this part of his character that's like almost like can be a strict father, an absentee father, then turning into a strict father. So yeah, and no, I had no say in it other than they just said, like, "This is what you are," and then as an actor you kind of go, "Okay, so it's like a puzzle, puzzle pieces, just like put it together and try to make it all kind of be cohesive and still be the same character," because my character changed a lot over 15 seasons, and so I wanted to still be the same guy in the last season, even if I'm being an asshole. It still kind of dresses the same, and still looks like me. But yeah, so it was a challenge, but I had a lot of years to figure it out. So and so yeah, and the Don't Call Me Shirley, which was like one of my favorite acting experiences ever. Doing that, this was really great experience. Starting it on for the first time, I was like, okay, we're just going to start talking, and hopefully this is good, So Bob Seger was directing that episode, and I kind of like said my first line or something as God, and I was like, "Bob, how was that? Is that good? Is it in the ballpark?" And he was like, "You're not going to be one of those kind of actors, are you?" And it turns out he said that to Jensen in like season 1 or 2. I think something that he said, but I was like, "No, I'm not, no, I don't, that was a joke." I know it's fine. But yeah, anyway, it was an honor. It was an honor to play that character. It was like, how many people can say that, And I know people. I know some people were like, "I just never liked you as God," or whatever. And people have a right to have their own opinion, but like for me, I thought it was kind of genius the way they did it because it was the most unlikely person to be God, and an unlikely person to go up against the boys at the end. I'm just little old me, but he has like all this power, so it was fun to play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
My life is, wow. If I would say if Chuck had a theme song, it would be What God Were One of Us. My life had a theme song. Okay. Maybe Alive by Poetry. Because I feel lucky to be alive. Which Eddie Vedder always said, like, this song almost used to be kind of an ironic song. Like, bad shit had happened, and like, well, I'm still alive and saying all this ironically, but I think it's become more of like a joyous song, and like a big Pearl Jam fan. And so anyway, so I hold on to the joyous part of that. Like, whoa, I'm still alive, because I really do feel lucky to be here. Hey.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I was waiting in line so long, I forgot the question I was going to ask.
And your shoes, you forgot your shoes. Okay, good.
But, I love you, man.
Thanks, man.
It shocked me to believe.
That's great. I love
And I don't know, just spitball at you.
it. Okay.
What's your best episode?
My favorite episode? For me, I mean, my favorite episode that I was in was probably Don't Call Me Shirley. Because I was really, it was a gift to be able to act in that episode because I got to work with Curtis Armstrong, who I've been a fan since I was a kid. And I got to play music in the episode, which was a dream. And it was written by Robbie Thompson, who right now is founding the Winchesters. And yeah, so it was really, and Bob Singer directed, and it was just, it was really just like, it felt like working with an all-star team, you know?
Well, I really loved the episode where you guys had like the convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome too.
Becky invited the board.
Yeah. What is that, the Real Ghostbusters? Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It was the most fun.
It was so fun. And you know what's funny about that is I shot that episode, I'd never been to a convention before, and it aired the day before I appeared at my first real life convention. So
wow.
It was cool. Yeah, so I watched it on TV, and then I was on stage in Chicago the next day, reenacting, not consciously, literally, I'm like shocked, like nervous. It was wild. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Quick.
Good.
You want to know a fun fact about Supernatural?
Thank you, please. Uh-oh.
Did you know that Jack is God?
So, let me do this guy. Exactly what you thought. I didn't say this. You're way glad. Look, I know he is. What?
You were God longer.
I was a longer.
What's God?
You know what? Yes. He's younger than me, he's better looking than me, he's a nicer guy. He was he's only got like like an episode and then a smidge of another episode, so. But yeah, no, look, it's going to be a better world with him as God, it just happens. You know, let me all alone. I'm alone. I just want to hang out. I feel like taking me with them. No, and punish me or whatever. Because I guess I'm a real jerk. Yeah, I know he is, but in my mind, I'm still God. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. It's my favorite kind of humor.
No problem.
I really love the NYS's participate podcast.
Yeah.
And my question is, who would you like to have on the Kings of Comic podcast?
So she's asking about, so Richard and I have this other podcast, which is really, it used to be called My Guest is Richard Spade, where he was my guest. And then we turned it into the Kings of Con podcast, where we would have people who sort of in the convention world, everybody from Jensen to Tom Ellis. And then lately, because this other one is taking so much of our time, it's just me and Rich talking. It's literally like you're a fly on the wall, in a phone conversation with me and Rich, being idiots. And, but we would like to go back to having guests on. And, you know, we've had some great recurring guests, but a guest that we haven't had yet that I think would be fun would be Sebastian Roche.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be here tomorrow. I love him. He's so funny. I mean, the thing about it would be hilarious too is like we wouldn't get a word in. Years ago. He's like, he's one of those, the band used to stay on stage for his panels. I don't know if they will tomorrow. They used to stay on stage for his panels just because it was so much fun. It was like Robin Williams, you know, he would just go. See that bottle, he'd do a bit with it, usually it was kind of sexual, you know. I think he's toned it down a little bit, but not much. Anyway, he's just so funny, I think he would be fun to have on. And it'd be fun to have some more people on from other shows, you know. You know, someone that I would love, I wish we could have gotten for the podcast, we just can't because he's so busy, This Is Us, that guy.
Milo?
No, Sterling K. Brown.
Oh.
Sterling.
Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown is, I'm a fan of his, and I was really hoping we could get him on to talk about Supernatural, but he just was too busy. But I'd love to have him on either one of our podcasts, just because he seems like a really nice guy, too, and from what I hear he is. So, thank you. Did Sterling ever do convention?
I think so.
Has he never done that?
He's done
He
one.
should, right? Anyway, guys, Hi.
My question is, what was your favorite conflict to film? So if it was with Amara or Jensen and Jared or Alex.
I'll tell you right away. Although, well, the showdown with the scene with Amara where you end up like eating her or whatever. It's my sister. That was it's really fun to work with Emily. I really love Emily Swallow a lot, and it's just fun to act in those scenes with her. But my favorite, like if I could go back, I'd want to do it again. It was getting him to beat up Sam and Dean. It was so fun. Because I would never in a million years be able to actually do that. So we choreographed this whole fight, which is like a dance really. And those guys after 15 seasons, they know how to take a punch. And man, I used to have a blast. Beating them in the head, kicking, breaking an arm. And that was super fun. And then there was one take that was just me going, right at the camera. This is before Alex took over. This was the reason, really, but yeah, so that was super fun. I mean, man, that was great. It was great. I was like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. They're like, Rob, we have to move on. And that was fun. And I got to work with the stunt guys and really, choreograph the whole thing. It was tough too. You have to be thinking like one step ahead, right? Because you can't be like, because it's a dance. I hit Jared, turn it, and then oh yeah, but because he missed something. Like one point, I think I did meet Jared in the head. For him, that was like a foam. In season 5, I hit him in the head with a plunger, and it was like a real like it was a fake plunger, so it really didn't hurt. It was squishy, but I was even still I was really trying not to actually hit him. But one time I forgot and I really just smacked him with this plunger. I said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." He was like, "It's really fun." So but yeah, that was great. It was great. As an actor, I rarely get cast as the guy who kicks ass. So that was fun. Hi.
My question is, what's the best advice anyone has ever given you?
Oh.
These are great questions. The best advice anyone ever gave me. One thing that it wasn't said directly to me, but one of my best friends works with RuPaul. he runs RuPaul's Drag Race in the UK. Yeah, and he's like one of my besties from way back. And RuPaul has this saying that I don't even know where it came from RuPaul, but RuPaul says it a lot, which is, what other people think of you is none of your business. And I'm always reminding myself that, you know, because you can get in your head about that.
It wasn't stay out of show business?
No, it wasn't that. But, you know, you get in your head a lot, especially when it comes to strange people, and not knowing what they think of you, and, you know, and obviously as an actor too, you're sort of, there's focal points sometimes, and you just have to remember that, you know. People online will say mean things or whatever, and you just have to remind yourself, like, that doesn't have anything to do with me, you know, and I don't even have it that bad. I mean, knock on wood, not a lot of people, I don't think, are online, but I don't really read anything anymore, but I'm sure there are some things bad said about me, but the point is, it doesn't matter. So, what other people think of you is none of your business.
So my question is, who would you like to collaborate to make new music with?
Ooh. I've got this recurring dream that I'm literally on stage with Pearl Jam. And so, I mean, I think it'd be pretty great if Eddie Vedder and I got to collaborate on something together. I think he'd like it. He doesn't know it yet. So yeah, I mean, that would be my fantasy. Would be, you know, Eddie Vedder, because I feel like it's in the realm of the kind of music that I play. Because the other musician I really love is Tom York and Radiohead, but like they intimidate me. I don't think I would feel comfortable in the room because they're just really geniuses, and I don't think I would add anything. But I think Eddie and I really put our heads together. And you know, and then more realistically, I want to do another Station-based album with Billy and Jason. And I think who else in our world? You know, I'd like to do, maybe Osric and I could do like a rap album. He would rap and I would just like say every other word. Strong. City. Osric. That's our first single. It's called Strong City. Yeah, he doesn't know it yet, but yeah, I don't add much to the rap group. I'm just I'm the hype guy. I'm the Flavor Flav. Mine and Osric's crew. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty great. But yeah, I met Eddie Vedder twice. One time was at Lollapalooza in 1992, and he was walking around. We heard that, Pearl Jam played at like 2 in the afternoon. They weren't as big of a band yet. And so my friend and I, who were huge fans already, I found out that he was walking around the merch place. It was outdoors, it was a merch room, but it was in a room, where they're selling t-shirts and stuff. So we're trolling that area, seeing if we can find him. Sure enough, it's freaking Eddie Vedder. There he is, right there. And we're like, Eddie! Hey, like, we're huge fans, thanks so much. And we're like, can we take a picture? And it was before phones, cell phones, but we had like an actual camera. And he's like, I don't really do pictures, but he's like, this, I'll remember your faces. And then for the longest time, I've seen them live many times, and I always feel like he kind of makes eye contact with me. So that's cool. And then one time, like maybe 8 years ago, he was on a solo tour, and Ben Harper opened up for him, and Ben Harper was dating my friend's friend. And so I got to go backstage after the show. And I wound up in the dressing room. At the end of the night, somehow, I was in the dressing room, and it's Eddie, and like this person, and then another person, and me, Ben Harper, and my friend. And so I just couldn't, he's talking to other people really, I just couldn't. Just looking for my, this is my chance, this was it. This is my chance to do it, maybe we should collaborate. And I couldn't think of anything to say. And so, finally, he lights up a cigarette. And I'm not a smoker, but I thought, well, now I am. And so, I says to the lady next to me, I said, hey, you asked me for a cigarette? I'm such a coward. I couldn't even say that, and she was like, why don't you ask him yourself? And I was like, I'm nervous. And then Eddie, on the other side of her, heard me, and goes like this with his cigarettes. Ask the Lord, because he heard my voice. And then I choked my way through a cigarette and never said another word. Maybe it's for the best. Thank you very much. Robbie, how was it? It was fantastic. I'm going to take one more because you've been waiting patiently. Hi.
What are you?
It's okay. I'm right here.
What do you think Chuck did after Jack became God? He just melted back into the light of Chuck Shelby.
Yeah, I think after Jack took the God away, I think he just became a regular old dude, and I think he's working at a gas station in the middle of nowhere that doesn't even have gas. And no one comes and sees him, and he's all by himself, and he's writing again, with a pencil and an old pad of paper, and he's super lonely. But he's writing again, so that's good. So he's got that going for him. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.